On the new oil and gas edition of the Starting Point podcast, Minister Barrett said Guyana is already on the road to its golden age, crediting strong leadership and strategic policies for the country's rapid growth. He highlighted how the sector is creating opportunities for businesses and citizens, while laying the foundation for long term development and prosperity as the nation continues to benefit from its growing oil revenues.
It calls for quality leadership, bold leadership. And if you look at countries where there are strong leaders, leaders that are not afraid to take decisions in the interest of their country and people, you find that those are the countries that stand out, as Guyana is right now in the world, because we are rated as the fastest growing economy in the world.
Barrett explained that once ExxonMobil's cost recovery period ends, Guyana will see a greater share of oil revenues flowing into the economy, boosting spending on national development. He highlighted the local content law passed in 2021, which ensures Guyanese businesses and young professionals can access jobs, contracts, and training opportunities in expanding oil and gas sector. He noted that the Local Content Act is no longer just a law on paper, it's reshaping Guyana's oil and gas sector, putting 14,000 citizens directly to work and creating ripple effects across the country.
We have managed the economy so well. We have created opportunities for all Guyanese, whether they're enjoying a better job with a decent salary, whether they are young entrepreneurs, whether they're small business owners and they're growing into medium scale businesses, whether they're part of the private sector, that all Guyanese are now in a better position.
The minister emphasized that all oil revenues are managed through the National Resource Fund, a mechanism created to promote transparency and accountability. He noted that the fund is subject to oversight, audits, and parliamentary scrutiny to ensure proper use of the country's oil wealth.
That there is only two ways in which money can flow out of the Natural Resources Fund. And just for our viewers, I just want to say that this Natural Resource Fund, or the revenue in this fund, it is not in a bank sitting somewhere in Guyana, because there's a misconception that we have access to this money. It doesn't work like that. It is in a reserve bank in the US, and the only way money can flow out of that account is if you have approval from the National Assembly. You must have approval in Parliament. And one is when it flows into the national budget, which is debated for an entire week, which is cross-examined and questions asked of the ministers for an entire week in Parliament. Then you have the Auditor General, the check on expenses. Then you have the Public Accounts Committee in Parliament that check on these expenses too. So there are so many layers of safeguards again to ensure that there's transparency and accountability.
Barrett reassured the public that the benefits of the oil industry will continue to grow, calling the sector a game changer for Guyana's future. Oil production began in 2019 with ExxonMobil, Hess, and CNOOC in the Stabroek Block, and since then, Guyana has become one of the world's fastest growing economies. Faith Sandy, Guyana TV 9 News.